Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Black Clover. Last time around... That's a great question. What was the last episode called? I can't remember. I remember episode 102 was called Two Miracles, I think. It was Release from Misfortune. That was it. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so Asta used the sword, the new sword, to purify the people of Hajj village and purify them from the poison. And then he was able to use the sword to save the magic knight who was possessed by an elf. And, rid him of his elfiness. And, we now have a new weapon against the elves to defeat them and save the people who have been transformed. We just gotta whack them with this sword. This sword specifically. The other swords aren't good enough, so yeah. And then, Asta, Yuno, and, what was it, Digit? Wasn't that his name? Yeah, Digit. The purified magic knight. They all went off. They still got work to do. There's so many more elves out there, and they saw there were two more attacks happening before on the way to the capital. So Asta went to one, Yuno and Digit went to the other, and we also saw Magna and Vanessa and Luck, or the elf possessing Luck, who's gonna go fight them. So I think we're in for some shit with that. But yeah, that is pretty much where we left off. Like always, the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So let's go ahead and jump right into this episode of Black Clover. Here we go. Sometimes I feel like I mention the budget too much, but I don't know. I'm just proud of them. I'm proud of them when they make really good fights, you know? And sometimes I'm proud when they make subpar fights, half the time. So, but this one was good. And so quickly too. That recap episode really saved them some dough. So, one thing with these elves, I'm wondering, they can't. Not every fight can be like this, right? Because my immediate thought is, well, okay, after this, most likely the other fight that's going on is probably Gauche. Is, Gordon, Henry, and Gray dealing with Gauche. Or, whatever elf has possessed Gauche. And so that's slightly a problem. Obviously, Yuno and Digit are going over there first, but then the rest of them are going to have to go over there. Asta has to go over there to actually free him. But the thing is, I'm worried that every fight is going to kind of turn out this way, where it's just like, we're fighting this elf. You humans aren't as good as me. I'm blessed with mana because I'm an elf and you suck and you're nothing. But the human resistance can defeat you. But I'm just too strong. You guys are just nothing. But Asta's here and he has a sword. But it's still a bit of a fight. It's still a challenge, obviously, to fight this guy. And then Asta pierces the heart and saves them. Like, we got a lot of elves to go through. I'm hoping that's not going to be every single one of them, And because some of them... The thing is, we're going to have big fights for some of them, Like, we're going to have a big fight for Gauche, probably Charlotte again. Have to do a round 2 of Charlotte. Langris, we definitely have to have a big fight for Langris, so... Like that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. It's like I'm slightly worried. Like, that cannot be the pattern for each of them. But, maybe... My next thought that just popped into my mind, we're going back to a bit of theory crafting, so put on your tinfoil hats. I don't have any tinfoil hats. I have a Jay Garrick helmet. Does that count? I don't want to get that out. That's under t-shirts and stuff. Anyway, so tinfoil hat theory, how this could be resolved without obviously having just to fight each and every last friggin' one of them. Maybe it'll be a thing of like, well, if they can defeat Licht, maybe that would undo it en masse, you know? Because he's the one who cast the reincarnation spell. Well, at least so far as we know. So far as we know, he was the first one to cast the forbidden spell. So... Because I was thinking maybe... Like, obviously, we're also going to have to do this with Patry, you know? We're going to have to defeat Patry and free William, you know? So there's a lot. There's a lot that we have to do. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to, like, kind of get around it like that. Or if we're just going to have a montage. Like, maybe we defeat all of them, and then we, like, you know... We just kind of sit them down all up in a lineup, and then Asta just goes in and pokes each of them with the sword, you know? That'd be funny. I wouldn't put it past them for doing that just because it's funny, but... Boy, Magna and Vanessa, they really gotta work. They really gotta work on their power after this, you know? I mean, honestly, I guess Magna has the right approach, you know? Like, if we get out of this, Magna needs to go, like, do some training with Maria Leona. Because, like, that's probably the best place to do that, you know? So, and Vanessa, I hate to say, Vanessa needs to work on her stamina. Normally in the images and such, it's the Onesan telling you to work on your stamina. But in this case, I don't know where I'm going with this joke, if it even is a joke. Is this comedy? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Anyway. So yeah, I don't know. It was a good fight. I just, I don't know. I hesitate to say that I didn't get invested enough in this fight, because it's like, yeah, it's a big deal, and it's a big deal, and we get to see Magna and Vanessa fight again, but it's like, I'm starting to see where the pattern could form, if that makes any sense, you know? It's like, I'm just kind of worried, it's like, they're not all going to be like this, right? So... I don't know, because we got a lot. We have saved, so far we have saved one of them. Like, Luck will make 2. 3 if you count Yuno. But even still, I could expect a moment where maybe the soul within Yuno starts to take over, but I don't know. It is also interesting that, Rogue. Is it Rogue or is it Rouge? Either way, the cat. The cat of fate. It's interesting that, you know, while she was active, she had to... She was basically saving both Magna and Luck, which was interesting, because it's like, well, Luck is still a Black Bull, so she's going to save him, you know? And it's like, it's interesting, though, that she doesn't differentiate the fact that that's not Luck in there, you know? I mean, I guess Luck is in there somewhere, but he's not the one in control right now, you know? Fucking Rufel. I mean, it's just it's interesting, too, because it's like, you know, between this and the last episode with Digit, where, you know, he was saying, like, oh, the elf that possessed me, you know, he never wanted hatred and violence, you know? He just wanted to grow his weird plants, you know? He didn't want any of this. It is interesting that it's just like, boy, and I get it. I let me make it clear. I will always understand why the elves are like this. But still, it's interesting that all of them are psychopaths now. Like, you know, there's the saying of like, oh, one bad day, you know? One bad day will turn you completely. But like, and I get that they all had that bad day, but every single last one of them is a psychopath now. It's ridiculous, you know? And it's interesting too, because it's like, yeah, you know, like you see with Patry, it's like, okay, Patry, you know, I don't know, like, well, he had thoughts, you know, back in the day, and those very kind of childlike assumptions of the world and everything just festered in him, and it made him into, well, the Licht that we see today, you know? But yeah, for all of them, it's like, I don't know, some of them were chill, though, like Fauna. Like, we saw Fauna, past Fauna, this is difficult because both of them are named Fauna, but there's Fauna from the past, Elf Fauna, Prime Fauna, Fauna 1, let's just say that. There's Fauna 1, who was very much like Fauna 2 in the past. But then, when she was reincarnated, or at least brought back into Fauna 2's body, she was just cold, calculating android. I must kill them all. We must kill all the... It was like, she was just completely different. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's part of it, is that this reincarnation spell has messed with them. Like, they should not be like this, And it's only after that spell is broken by Asta that that the elves can basically see what they became, Maybe Rufel, he might have just been a nice, normal kid, But because of the the bad day, because of being killed, seemingly betrayed and everything, but it's just like, I don't know, man. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm slightly worried, just slightly worried about the formula that we seem to be falling in of saving or defeating the elves. Slightly worried about that, but that's all right. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We just started freeing the Magic Knights from the elves, so it's at least something. There was a slight other point I was going to make. I don't remember. Oh, and yeah, the whole... I don't know. I'm slightly getting tired of the same rhetoric from the elves of like, you humans are nothing compared to us. We're blessed by mana. You're nothing. You're garbage, You humans, you betray each other at the drop of a hat, and yet you think that you're going to say that you have bonds? I don't think so. And it's like, shut up. Shut up. Like, the elves are like bordering on too annoying, but at the same time, it's like, unlike, say, the villains, for instance, in Jujutsu Kaisen. Someone get the, days since Alex talked about Jujutsu Kaisen, wipe it off, reset the clock, but in Jujutsu Kaisen, they were all just annoying for the sake of annoying, and none of them, except maybe Gato, had, like, a decent backstory, Like, he was the only one who kind of made sense, and even then, it took too long for them to explain it, and even then, he wasn't even Gato anymore, so, I don't know, fuck that show. Whereas here, it's like, I get it. I understand why the elves are like this. They were murdered in seemingly cold blood, and now they murder humans in kind of cold blood. It's pretty warm, I guess. It's boiling blood, but still, it's like, I get why they're like this, but come on, how many times can we hear it, How many times can we hear, we're amazing, we're blessed by mana, we're so much more powerful than the humans, you guys are nothing, you betray each other, constantly, and you think you guys have bonds? No, we have bonds. Like, shut up! Just shut up. Just, Marie, shut up, But that's okay. I get it. I just... Let's shake it up a little bit, guys. Come on. Oh. So that's that. That's my lingering, very minor concerns about where we're going with this arc. So yeah. It could... Maybe also it could partly be that, I feel like 20 episodes ago, we had the... the Royal Knights, they're starting, the final battle with the Eye of the Midnight Sun, and it's like, we have so long to go. We have so long to go now, that it's just like, I don't know, it's like, you said we were close to ending, and now it's like we have another, 500 miles to drive, and it's like, brother, that's not close. That is not close. Now, granted, they didn't know, obviously. They thought, yeah, this will be the end, but... And it will be the end once we deal with all the elves, but boy, we got a lot to work through, so... I don't know. that's it. Good stuff. I'm just little minor concerns going forward. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. With all of that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of my Black Clover reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.